Hello, welcome back. So good to see you. So today we are going to be doing, part 4, part 5. I've lost count. Yeah, the useless information or just like random facts, that kind of thing. I have no idea where we left off last time. I cannot even remember any of the facts that we read. Maybe it was about art or music. I don't know. I have the page marked though, so I know what's next. I just don't remember what we talked about last time. But anyway, let's get into it. Okay, so I guess this is music or something. Okay. It says, "Long live the king." And it's about Elvis Presley, obviously, because he is the king of rock and roll. Okay, so Elvis Presley had a twin brother named Garen, who died at birth. Elvis's middle name was spelled Aaron in honor of his brother. So his brother's name was Garon, and Elvis's middle name was Aaron, but it was just with one A. Okay, Elvis loved to eat meatloaf. Yep. I thought his favorite food was peanut butter and banana sandwiches. I thought that was his favorite food, but okay. He weighed 230 pounds at the time of his death. I wonder how tall he was. I'll have to look that up. Elvis failed his music class in school. Yeah. School is different than life, though. Sometimes school can be boring, not fun. Elvis never gave an encore. Okay. Elvis was once appointed special agent of the Bureau of Narcotics and Dangerous Drugs. According to Elvis's autopsy, he had 10 different drugs in his body at the time of his death. 10? I wish it would tell me what drugs were in his body. Crazy. But he was a special agent for Bureau of Narcotics and Dangerous Drugs, but he did all the drugs? What? Okay. Frank Sinatra was once quoted as saying that rock and roll was only played by cretinous goons. Okay, I don't even know what that word means. Jim Morrison of the Doors was the first rock star to be arrested on stage. What? Why was he arrested? They need to give me more information. Mr. Mojo Risen is an anagram for Jim Morrison. Okay. Madonna once did a commercial for Pepsi. That must have been like in the 80s or something, because I have no memory of that. Okay. Mick Jagger attended the London School of Economics for 2 years. Paul McCartney's mother was a midwife. Sheryl Crow's 2 front teeth are fake. She knocked them out when she tripped on stage earlier in her career. Wow. Also known as Intermission. Breathe by Samuel Beckett was first performed in April 1970. The play lasts 30 seconds and has no actors or dialogue. What? Okay. Since its introduction in February 1935, more than 250 million Monopoly board games have been sold worldwide. That's a lot. 250 million? Wow. Parker Brothers prints about $50 billion worth of Monopoly money in a year. money is printed for Monopoly than the U.S. Treasury. The most money you can lose in one trip around the board, normal game rules, going to jail only once, is $26,440. The most money you can lose in one turn is $5,070. Yikes. Good thing it's just a game. Values on the Monopoly game board are the same today as they were in 1935. The original game board, I think, because there's so many different varieties of Monopoly now, and I think there's like Mega Millionaire Monopoly or something like that. Okay, the longest Monopoly game in a bathtub was 99 hours long. Why would you be playing Monopoly in a bathtub? That's strange. Okay. English gambling dens used to have employees whose job was to swallow the dice if the police arrived. What? It was somebody's job to swallow the dice? That's crazy. The word checkmate in chess comes from the Persian phrase shamat, which means the king is dead. Huh, interesting. According to Pope Innocent III, it was not a crime to kill someone after a game of chess. What? Okay. He must have lost a game and then, became enraged and murdered someone, and then he declared it not a crime to do that. Yikes. Okay. Australia is considered the easiest continent to defend in the game of Risk. I remember playing Risk when I was a very little kid. I don't really remember anything about it. I know that it had the map of the world on it, and there were little pieces that go on each country or something like that. I haven't played that game in years. I'm talking, I was probably like 7, so I had no idea what was going on. The Ouija board is named after the French and German word for yes, oui, and ja. Okay. Well, we call it a Ouija board, but is it a Ouija board? That's interesting. I definitely don't like those boards, though. No, thank you. Okay. Trivial Pursuit was invented by Canadians Scott Abbott and Chris Haney. They didn't want to pay the price for a Scrabble, so they made up their own game. Cool. Mario of Super Mario Brothers fame first appeared in the 1981 arcade game Donkey Kong. I love Donkey Kong. Oh, it's awesome. His original name was Jumpman, but that was changed to Mario to honor Nintendo of America Inc.'s landlord, Mario Sagali. Interesting. Okay, 1 of every 4 Americans has appeared on television. Is that true? I don't know. I don't think I've ever appeared on television before. Not that I'm aware of. My dad has. He was on the news. There was something that happened at the high school. I think there was something, because my dad was picking up my brother from school, and I think that there was a bomb threat or something at the school. It was fake or something. But I remember the news crew was there interviewing him to ask him about his feelings about, his child attending a high school that, was he worried about that kind of thing and stuff. But again, it was just a threat. It wasn't real. But yeah, my dad's been on TV. I don't think I've ever been on TV. I've been on YouTube. I've been on computers and phones, but not TV. Have any of you been on TV before? It says 1 in 4 Americans. So, I don't know. Okay, sitcom characters rarely say goodbye when they hang up the phone. I have noticed that. They do that a lot in movies as well. They just hang up the phone. Who does that? Daytime dramas are called soap operas because they were originally used to advertise soap powder. In America, in the early days of television, advertisers would write stories around the use of their soap powder. Interesting. For many years, the globe on the NBC nightly news spun in the wrong direction. On January 2nd, 1984, NBC finally set the world spinning in the proper direction. Of the 6 men who made up the Three Stooges, the 6 men who made up the Three Stooges over the years, only 3 of them were real brothers. There were 6 of them? Like, were they replaced with actors or something? I'll have to look that one up. There are as many as 78 scenes in a single episode of X-Files. I never watched that show. I think I was too little to watch that show. I know that my sister watched it, but I never did. Gunsmoke was the top-rated series from 1957 to 1961. I've never saw that show either. The characters of Bert and Ernie on Sesame Street were named after Bert the cop and Ernie the taxi driver in Frank Capra's It's a Wonderful Life. I like that movie. Every episode of Seinfeld contains a Superman reference somewhere. Now they just put Seinfeld on Netflix, so I'll have to just randomly watch an episode or two to catch that reference. I remember growing up, I watched that. I watched every episode. It was hilarious. And I used to have this shirt that said Vandalay Industries. If you watch Seinfeld, you would know that George worked for a made-up company called Vandalay Industries, and somebody was supposed to be calling him for a job reference or something, and Kramer answered the phone, but he answered it wrong because they were looking for Art Vandalay. Seinfeld is so funny. I mean, I don't know, I haven't seen it recently, but yeah, I used to have a Vandalay Industries t-shirt. I wore it so much that it just it wore down, But yeah, I like Seinfeld. Live long and prosper. Mr. Spock was second in command of the Starship Enterprise. His blood type was T negative. I never watched Starship Enterprise, Star Trek, any of that stuff. As well as appearing on Star Trek, William Shatner, Leonard Nimoy, James Doohan, and George Takei have all appeared at one time or another in the Twilight Zone. I love the Twilight Zone. Creepy. And I liked the newer one. I don't know if they still have it on. I believe it was on CBS. Twilight Zone. Very good. I remember as a kid watching the Twilight Zone movie and it freaked me out. Watching it now, it's just ridiculous. The mask used by Michael Myers in the original Halloween movie was actually a Captain Kirk mask painted white. I actually read that recently. That's so funny that it's in here as well. Okay, Pokemon stands for Pocket Monster because they fit in your pocket. They're these little bitty monsters that fit in your pocket. That's kind of cool. Okay, Rocky Raccoon lives in the Black Hills of South Dakota. I don't know what that is. The most common set of initials for Superman's friends and enemies are LL, Lex Luthor, Lois Lane. Let's see. The Simpsons live at 742 Evergreen Terrace, Springfield. The Munsters live at 1313 Mockingbird Lane, Mockingbird Heights. The Flintstones live at 29 Stone Canyon Way, Bedrock. Scooby-Doo's real first name is Scoobert. Shaggy's real name is Norville. Casey Kasem was the voice of Shaggy? What? I did not know that. That's crazy. Huh. Okay, The Simpsons is the longest running animated TV series. Yep, they're still on, and my kids have just recently discovered The Simpsons and they love it. They love it. The creator of The Simpsons incorporated his initials into the drawing of Homer. M for his hair and G is his ear. Okay. Peanuts is the world's most read comic strip. It's Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown's father is a barber. I never knew that. I'm so excited. Like, I think The Great Pumpkin is going to be coming on TV soon. I love Charlie Brown, The Great Pumpkin, and the Christmas episode. And I've seen the Thanksgiving one. The Thanksgiving one is not as great as the Halloween and Christmas one. Lucy and Linus have another little brother named Rerun. He sometimes plays left field on Charlie Brown's baseball team when he can find it. After the Popeye comic strip started in 1931, spinach consumption went up by 33% in the United States. I mean, because it gives him these massive muscles. Popeye is 5 feet 6 inches tall. That's pretty short. He has an anchor tattoo on his arm. Popeye's adopted son is named Sweepy. Mel Blanc, who voiced Bugs Bunny, was allergic to carrots. Bugs Bunny first said, "What's up, Doc?" in 1940. The Looney Tunes theme song is actually called "The Merry-Go-Round is Broken Down." Tweety used to be a baby bird without feathers until the censors decided that he looked naked. Okay, Walt Disney named Mickey Mouse after Mickey Rooney, whose mother he dated for some time. What? Walt Disney originally supplied the voice for Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse is known as Topolino in Italy. He was the first non-human to win an Oscar. His birthday is November 18th, so Mickey Mouse's birthday is coming up next month. Mickey Mouse's ears are always turned to the front, no matter which direction his head is pointing. This is true. I've noticed that when watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Goofy has a wife, Miss Goofy, and one son, Goofy Jr. I feel like his wife died somehow or something. I don't remember. I just remember that it was sad, because I think he's like a widow or something like that. I don't know. Goofy actually started life as Dippy Dog, a combination of both Goofy and Pluto. Donald Duck comics were banned in Finland because he doesn't wear pants. He's a duck, come on. Donald Duck's middle name is Flout Leroy. His sister is named Dumbella. In Fantasia, the sorcerer's name is Yensi. Disney spelled backward. Walt Disney's autograph bears no resemblance to the famous Disney logo. I didn't know that either. Interesting. Okay, let me see how long this video is going up. Let's do a few more. I like these. Okay. The first real motion picture theater was called a Nickelodeon. Admission was a nickel and opened in McKeesport, Pennsylvania on June 19th, 1905. The first motion picture shown there was The Great Train Robbery. The first female monster to appear on the big screen was The Bride of Frankenstein. The first James Bond movie was Dr. No. The first word spoken by an ape in the movie Planet of the Apes is smile. C-3PO is the first character to speak in Star Wars. Miss Claus's first name is Jessica in the movie Santa Claus is Coming to Town. During the chariot scene in Ben-Hur, a small red car can be seen in the distance. I love watching those like movie, I don't know, they're not bloopers, but it's like stuff that they missed, you know? I like that. In the film Star Trek First Contact, when Picard shows Lily she is orbiting Earth, Australia and New Guinea are clearly visible, but New Zealand is missing. If you pause Saturday Night Fever at the How Deep Is Your Love rehearsal scene, you will see the camera crew reflected in the dance hall mirror. I always do that, like whenever I see a movie or a show and there's a mirror present, I'm always like, did they mess up or something? Or like when somebody's wearing sunglasses and they're driving or something, I'm like, how do they erase the camera being right in their face, you know? Movie magic, that's how. When a film is in production, the last shot of the day is called the martini shot. The next to last one is called the Abby Singer, after a famous assistant director. Smithy is a synonym filmmakers use when they don't want their names to appear in the credits. Why would you not want your name to appear in the credits? Wouldn't you want to take credit for making the movie? I guess maybe if it's like a crap movie and you know it's gonna be crap. A Walla Walla scene is one in which extras pretend to be talking in the background. When they say Walla Walla, it looks like they are having an actual conversation. In the early days of silent films, there was blatant thievery. Unscrupulous film companies would steal the film, reshoot a scene or two, and release it as a new production. To combat this, the biography company put the company's trademark initials AB somewhere in every scene, on a door, a wall, or a window. Ronald Reagan did a narration of the 1947 Academy Awards ceremony. The second unit films movie shots that do not require the presence of actors. The second unit films movie shots that don't require the presence of actors. I don't know what that means. Alfred Hitchcock never won an Academy Award for directing. Interesting. Because metal was scarce, the Academy Awards given out during World War II were made of wood. What? That's crazy. Okay, I think we're going to stop there because I don't want this video to be too long. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.